Coco Gauff, Jović, and others react to Alexandra Eala's photo dump after Australian Open exit. Alexandra Eala has concluded her first Grand Slam of the season after facing defeat from American player Alicia Parks. The Filipino star recently shared admirable glimpses from her stay, garnering heartwarming reactions from Coco Gauff, Jović, and others. Coco Gauff, Jović, and others react as Alexandra Eala reveals glimpses from Australia. The world number 49 entered the Australian Open after a confident build-up at the ASB Classic tournament, where she defeated Donna Vekic, Petra Marcinko, and Magda Linette, reaching the semi-final stage, where Wang Xinyu, the former world number 32, crushed her title hopes. Apart from that, she also competed in women's doubles with American talent, Jović, and reached the semifinals, losing to Xu Yifan and Yang Zhaoxian. At Melbourne Park, she ended her doubles run with partner Ingrid Martins in the first round, facing defeat from Magda Linette and Shuko Aoyama. In her recent Instagram post, Eala shared multiple glimpses of her outings, showing her enjoying the beautiful outdoors. Multiple WTA stars shared their reactions to this, with world number 3 commenting, "Cutie." Young American, Jović, who has had a pretty impressive Australian Open so far, stated, "Dubs with you, smiling face with heart-shaped eyes, smiling face with heart-shaped eyes." She booked her place in the 4th round of the tournament after defeating Jasmine Paolini in the 3rd round. Screenshot of Alexandra Eala's Instagram post featuring players' comments. Source: IG or Alex.Eala. The 24-year-old German player, Evil Eyes, also added, "You're pure sunshine X," and has ended a Grand Slam campaign after losing to Sorana Cîrstea. The Canadian star, Victoria Mboko, also reacted to Eala's glimpses, mentioning, "You a breath of fresh air, pensive face." She is set to face world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in the 4th round of the Australian Open. However, the graduate of Rafael Nadal's academy is wrapping up her first Grand Slam of the season after receiving momentous love and support from the crowd, who packed court 6 and supported Eala throughout the match, despite her losing with a final scoreline of 0-6, 6-3, 6-2. In her post-match press conference, Eala had reflected on the significance of receiving a boost from thousands of people, sharing, "It was so heartwarming, and I think that's one of the things that makes a loss like today a little bit harder. I just hope that this support continues with the losses along with the wins. I think that would really touch me. But then again, just the fact that everyone came out and really squeezed into that cozy court. I really appreciate it. I felt so loved," she added. In December, Eala achieved a historic feat for her country, clinching a gold medal in women's singles at the 2025 Southeast Asian Games, the first since Pia Tamayo in 1981 and Marie-Chris Fernandez in 1999. Screenshots of stardom, Coco Gauff, Jović, and a new generation react to Alexandra Eala's post-Australian Open photo dump. The Australian Open ends the same way it always does for most players, quietly. No trophy ceremony, no confetti, just a slow return to hotel rooms, iced knees, packed rackets, and phones lighting up with messages that say "proud of you." Next one, rest well. For Alexandra Eala, that quiet ending arrived earlier than she had hoped, but not without resonance. A few days after her exit, Eala posted a photo dump. It wasn't polished. It wasn't branded. It wasn't a victory lap. It was something far rarer in elite tennis, honest. Sweaty practice courts under the Melbourne sun. A blurred selfie in the locker room mirror. Empty stadium seats at dusk. A candid laugh with a teammate mid-stretch. A shot of her shoes kicked off on a hotel balcony. The city glowing in the background. No captions trying too hard. Just a few emojis. Just being there. And almost immediately, the tennis world noticed. Not the commentators. Not the rankings tables. The players. Coco Gauff, recognition without words. Coco Gauff didn't need to say much. A fire emoji here. A heart there. The kind of reaction that reads like a nod across the locker room rather than a speech. Because Coco understands this phase better than most. She's been the prodigy, the headline, the teenager everyone projected onto. She knows how early exits feel heavier when the expectations are loud and the patience from the outside is thin. Eala's photos, especially the ones that showed fatigue instead of celebration, weren't weakness. They were familiarity. In tennis, resilience often hides behind stoicism. Coco's quiet engagement with the post felt like a reminder. You don't need to explain yourself. We know. Sometimes the most meaningful validation in sport comes not from applause, but from recognition by someone who has already survived the part you're still living. Eva Jović and the language of peers. If Coco's reaction felt like reassurance from someone already through the fire, Eva Jović's felt like something else entirely: solidarity. Jović, herself navigating the in-between space of junior success and professional reality, reacted with enthusiasm that felt unfiltered. The kind of response you give when you see someone else walking the same tightrope you're on. Because Eala's post wasn't just about Australia. It was about the grind that doesn't show up on scoreboards, the early mornings, the adaptation, the loneliness of travel at a young age. Jović's engagement carried the energy of "I see you because I'm right here too." There's an unspoken sisterhood among young players rising together. They aren't competing yet in the way fans imagine. Not really. They are learning the terrain, comparing bruises, celebrating survival. In that sense, the photo dump wasn't content. It was a check-in. When others matter more than the crowd. Beyond the recognizable names were reactions from players ranked far from center court cameras, training partners, double specialists, former juniors now chasing points in ITF events halfway across the world. Their comments didn't go viral, but they carried weight. Proud of you. Keep going. Melbourne is brutal. Rest up. These weren't platitudes. They were notes passed between people who understand that tennis careers are built less on breakthrough moments and more on endurance. In a sport obsessed with winning, Alexandra Eala had posted something about continuing. And that, oddly enough, resonated louder. The photo dump as a new tennis language. 10 years ago, players posted trophies. 5 years ago, they posted curated highlight reels. Now, they post the in-between. The hotel rooms. The late-night recovery meals. The messy bun days after a loss. Eala's photo dump fit perfectly into this evolving language, one where vulnerability doesn't weaken an athlete's image but strengthens it. For younger players especially, this kind of transparency is radical. It reframes progress. It suggests that growth doesn't always look like winning matches. It sometimes looks like surviving them. By sharing her Australian Open experience without rewriting it as triumph, Eala allowed other players to breathe easier about their own journeys. That may be why the reactions came quickly, and why they came from peers rather than pundits.